In this video, guys, we're going to talk about spinal stenosis. We're going through certain exercises that I'm going to share with you, how to manage it, and a couple of tips in regards to daily activity and plus how to sleep if you're suffering from spinal stenosis. The first tips that I would like to share with you guys in regards to management of spinal stenosis before I show you the exercises is to what are the activities that you need to focus or modify in your daily routine. The first thing is average person with spinal stenosis try to walk more to stay active, but unfortunately walking does not help if you're suffering from spinal canal stenosis. It can aggravate your symptoms and cause more pain and fatigue down to the leg, sciatica symptoms and all such symptoms. Instead of walking, you are going to try stationary bike in your acute phase of your injury. Stationary bike help you to improve blood flow and help you to get more mobility down to your hip. And in majority of cases, I see with my patient in clinic and online that it can help you improve your symptoms. Try stationary bike from 5 to 10 minutes daily in a very low level of intensity and gradually build them up. The second tips that I would like to share with you guys in regards to spinal stenosis is that you are going to create a list of activity that bothers your back while you're having the symptoms, and you try to minimize those activities. I give you an example. First thing can be prolonged sitting. Prolonged sitting can aggravate your symptoms. In some cases, if you're suffering from spinal stenosis and can cause sciatica symptoms down to your leg, and you're trying to give yourself more regular rest or use standing desk if you're working in the office. That can be hugely beneficial in regards to daily activity. In another example, if you're suffering from spinal stenosis, if you're lifting things or you're putting things on the shelf, you want to try to modify those activities and try to maybe get some help in a very acute phase. Do not follow things that does bother your back. Try to modify them, get help until you have more range of movements, the symptoms calm down, and you can gradually get back to your full capacity. The last tips that I would like to share with you guys in regards to spinal stenosis is the sleeping position. I have added a very simple and short tips at the end of this video after you're watching the exercises that how you can modify and manage your sleeping position. Make sure to watch the video until the end and you can follow those tips. Let's get started. All right, guys, we're gonna start with a posterior tilt, which is a great exercise if you're suffering from spinal stenosis. This exercise helps you to get more basically flexion in your lumbar spine. If you're suffering from spinal stenosis, you could have a very stiff lower back, and this muscle can be very tense. The goal of this exercise is to push the belly down and get more tension and kind of like force down to the ground. I'm gonna show you how to do it and you can give it a try. The goal is that if you put your left arms underneath of your lower back where there's a curvature, there's a space there that by pushing down your lower back to the ground, you can basically cause more pressure on your hand, and that pressure is what we're looking for. We call it posterior tilt, which helps you to tilt your pelvis posteriorly. We're gonna hold in that position for 5 seconds, and initially the goal is that you be able to breathe in and out while you keeping that pressure. We're gonna practice now together. You're gonna relax, you're gonna push down, hold it there, 5 seconds, breathe in and out, and relax. You're gonna practice and repeat this exercise for 3 sets of 5 repetitions. The following move that we're gonna do is gonna be cat exercise. There's exercise that I've shown you guys in previous video, which cat-cow or a cat-camel, we call it different names. If you're suffering from spinal stenosis, you do not want to try the basically cow part, but you want to try the cat part, which means the similar to the first exercise that I showed you, it promote flexion in the spine, which means we're pushing the back up, holding it there for 5 seconds, and coming back to neutral. We do not want to go back to extension. Now, why extension is not really helpful? Because if you're suffering from spinal canal stenosis, sometimes, in majority of patients I've seen, extension can be painful and aggravate their symptoms. I'm going to show you one more round. We're going to go from the neutral position all the way back up to the cat position, breathe in and out, hold it there for 5 seconds, come back to neutral, and repeat that again. This gives a very nice stretch in your lower back and create more blood flow and mobility there. You want to practice this for 3 sets of 5, hold it there for 5 seconds, 2 to 3 times through the day. The following move that we're going to go, guys, is going to be bear dog. Bear dog is a core exercise that tries to strengthen your core muscle. It's quite simple, but at the same time challenging if you've never done it before. I'm going to show you how to do it and you can give it a try. You're going to be on a quadruped position, which means your hands underneath of your shoulder, your knees underneath of your hip. Keep the back on a neutral position, which means it's not arched or bow. You want to kind of keep it on neutral position, and we start with only one leg kick, which means we call it kickback while you're maintaining your back in a neutral position. That's the initial phase of the exercise. You try to do maybe 5 repetitions of that. Relax, change legs while you're maintaining that pressure in the lower back. 2, 3, and you go all the way to the 5. Whenever you got comfortable with this movement and you want to progress that, we can go through the full bear dog, which means you're trying to stabilize the core in the same way, and you're going to bring arms and alternate legs up. Control and back up again. Try with 3 repetitions, then change legs and arms. Slow back, control, and practice this, guys, initially with the kickback. When you got comfortable, when you have more control, progress it to full bear dog. All right, guys, the next move that we're going to go is going to be hip bridge. The hip bridge is not a typical bridge that you do, it's a partial bridge. We don't want to get you to the extension because I'm going to show you how and what I mean. And you're going to lie down on your back, relax. You can do these exercises all in bed, hands next to your body. In majority of cases, people do hip bridges to a maximum range, which means they create a bit of extension in their lower back, and that can cause some sort of problem if you're suffering from a spinal stenosis. What we're trying to do, we're trying to go to the partial range, which means you're in neutral, you're still activating your glutes, but you're not hyperextending your lumbar spine and your lower back. We're going to try this for 3 sets of 5 repetitions. Hold it there for 3. Slow back down. While you're doing this, you're pushing the knees out and breathing in and out. Do not hold your breath. Back up again. Hold it there for 3 seconds and back down. You want to repeat this for 3 sets of 5. Hold it there for 3 seconds and make sure that you're not hyperextending your lower back. The following move that we're going to do, guys, is going to be dead bug. This is a quite advanced exercise in regards to core activation, but I wanted to start to learn how to do it because it's quite beneficial if you're suffering from spinal stenosis. Core exercises has been shown that they're beneficial if you're suffering from lower back pain in general. Specifically with spinal stenosis, you want to build up that core strength for your recovery. You're going to lie on our back again. It's quite like a similar position, technically opposite of the way that you do a bear dog. You're going to lie down now on your back, hands and legs on neutral, kind of like parallel with the shoulder, straight. They're not here, they're not back here. Straight, knees are parallel with the hip. We're going to keep that position. While you're doing these, guys, you want to bring your lower back to that posterior tilt position, which means that I showed you initially, which means your leg is not here. They're here. There's no gap here in my lower back. It's all solid control. What I'm trying to do now, while I'm maintaining that pressure here on my lower back, I'm gonna move one leg, touch the bed with my heel, and change legs, breathe in and out, control. As you can see, it's quite a slow tempo and I purposely maintaining that pressure down my lower back, which means my lower back is not here. It's quite tight, stay there. Now, whenever you got comfortable with this, what you can do, try to move the same arms and the same leg, same tempo, while you're maintaining the hip on the bed. As soon as you start to do these, you start to feel this is actually quite challenging. You want to make sure that tension is always on. You can progress these exercises initially from 3 sets of, let's say, 5 repetitions on each side, gradually to build it up to 8 to 10 repetitions. Give it a try and let me know if you have any questions. The last exercise that I'm going to share with you guys in this routine is going to be crunches. Now, crunches are a really typical exercise that people do for core and abdominal muscle, but in this routine, I'm going to show you how to do it if you're suffering from spinal stenosis. The goal is that you want to activate your core inflection movement, which means if you are going to do that, you're putting a lot of pressure on your head, your neck, your arms, and your core is not necessarily getting engaged. The goal is that to create a gentle movement that create that flexion, and you start to see actually your core is getting engaged. I would use my hand on the left side. What I would like to do, I maintain that pressure on my lower back, and with the opposite side, I'm just holding my hands next to my neck, and I'm going to slightly come up while I'm feeling pressure down there. I'm coming up, hold it there for 3 seconds, 2, and back. I feel the shake already as soon as I do this. Put the pressure down here in this arm, slowly up, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, this arm and neck are very relaxed. I'm not pulling it, guys. I'm going to show you from the opposite side. Applying pressure now from this side. Keep that tight. Slowly come up, hold it there, 2, 1, and relax. Back up again. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Breathing is essential. You do not want to come all the way up. Yeah, it's a very gentle move because the core activation is not quite a big move. It's gentle, and you feel that shake. Give it a try for 3 sets of 5 each side, and let me know how you're getting on. All right, guys, the last tips that I would like to share with you guys in this video in regards to spinal stenosis is your sleeping position, because many of you guys struggle. What is the best optimum sleeping position if I'm suffering from spinal canal stenosis? Now, you need to really get this message clear. There is no perfect sleeping position that you can pick and say, okay, this is the best because Bob told me. You need to work around what works for you, what you feel comfortable, and give you the best well-rested sleep. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques that you can see in this video. I have a longer video in regards to sleeping position that you can watch later on. I leave a link for you underneath of this video. But these 2 simple tips can hugely help you to improve your sleep. You can try alternate and see what works for you. The first tip is that if you have a pillow or 2, let's say towel I'm using here, if you're lying on your back, this can be utilized underneath of your knees to give you a little bit of flexion, yeah? Which means if you're lying there, if I'm not using these towels or pillow, my spine goes to a bit of extension here, and that comes off the ground. Now, when I'm bringing my knees on top of this, this is flat, you know? This could be beneficial if you can sleep on your back. Now, if you're a side sleeper, what you could do, you could use 1 or 2 of these between your 2 legs, yeah? And try to get that neutral hip position, because sometimes that pressure of the hip can cause problem and increase the pain while you're sleeping. Now, you can do this in either way. Try it and see. Maybe you need 1 rather than 2. Work around and see what works for you. Now, if you would like to see more tips on sleep, I'll leave a video for you underneath of this video that you can check and get more information. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you're suffering from spinal stenosis, complete rest, unfortunately, is not the best option. Staying active and having a plan to follow is hugely beneficial for your recovery. If you would like to get more help or a customized plan, you can contact me through my website or check my YouTube channel and see my online clients testimonial, who I help them globally with a plan that they can follow daily for their recovery. If you have any question or any concern, you can leave me comments underneath of this video. If you guys find this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel for my weekly update and make sure to press that like button. And if you would like to do me a favor, share this video with your friends and family all around the world. If you have a friends up in the sky or in the space, do that for me. That would be hugely helpful in progressing and helping me to build up this channel to the next level. Thank you so much for watching this again, and